Hey everyone, how are you doing tonight? It is now, let me check. Oh, it is 7 o'clock Eastern time exactly. And I'm so glad you could all join us tonight. Welcome to Career Q&A number 2. We're going to be doing 4 of these each week on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And just for the first 4, so I can just share my information about some topics and see what's of interest to people. Tonight, we are talking about cover letters. Last week, we talked about resumes and what the 4 specific things that make a great resume. Tonight, we're talking about cover letters and the formula I have for a successful cover letter. I have written so many cover letters over my my career of many jobs, and happy to say most of them got me interviews. So I'm going to share that formula with you tonight. But I also want you to know it's not just from me. I did a little research. Actually, I've done a lot of research on cover letters and what the important elements are of them. And I'm happy to say mine weren't far off. So I must have been doing something right. And I'm happy to say they are research backed. So yay. So let's talk about cover letters. So the very first thing you need to have, hold on here. The very first thing you need to have with a cover letter is a header. Now I can't stress how important the header is. You're like, well, why does it matter? Okay, it matters because it's all about the look and you want to come across as professional and prepared and just all put together. So it's really important that your cover letter matches your resume. They need to look alike. So what that means is the header of your resume. Remember back last week when we talked about the header where you have your name, your address, your contact information, all that information, whatever that looks like. Copy that and put it into a Word doc at the top of your Word document. So the top of your resume and your cover letter look the same. That way you've got the same brand. Then in your font for your cover letter should also be the same as the main font that you use in your resume. So it looks like a package all tied together. Excellent. So that's your header. Just important that they match. Next element is the greeting. Okay. Most people, when you write a cover letter, they write, to whom it may concern, or dear sir or madam, or dear hiring manager. Well, that's well and good. However, you want to make your cover letter stand out, right? The whole point of a cover letter is to get the hiring manager interested in looking at your resume. So even though, now here's a stat that might scare you, even though approximately only 17% of employers actually bother to read a cover letter. There was a study done on this, 17%. You want to include one anyway. It's just the polite thing to do. It's what you do. So even though they may not read it, you want to include it. And you want to do the research to find out who's going to read that letter so that if they do read it, it's addressed right to that person. So either dig around on their website, do some Googling. Who is the hiring manager at this company? Or call the HR department and find out who's going to be doing interviews. Generally, if you ask, they're going to tell you. It's not like you're asking for their email address or anything like that. You're just looking for a name. Okay, so you put dear Sandra, dear John, whomever. You want to be careful with putting Ms. or Mrs. Because you just don't know what the situation is. So I like to use first names. Dear John, dear Sandy, dear Sandra, whatever the name is. Worst case, I mean, the fallback in case you've done all your research and you can't figure it out, dear hiring manager is okay, but it won't make you stand out as much as that single name will. Okay, moving on. First real paragraph of your cover letter. That's your introduction. You're stating your intent to apply for this job and what the job is. So this letter is sent in application for the position of administrative assistant with your company name. Insert company name here. I believe my extensive experience in whatever qualities you want to list qualifies me for the job, and I look forward to talking with you soon about it. You could also say, I'm just making this up. This letter is sent in application for this job at this company. I believe I am a strong candidate for this position because of my experience with 1, 2, and 3. So that's what you want to do. You want to list the 1, 2, and 3 things that you are really good at, that you can provide value to their company for. And so you want, I am qualified for this job because of my vast experiences with 1, 2, and 3, period. Then go on to the next thing. Now, this is the meat and potatoes of your resume, the examples and achievements. So you want to think, okay, what are the 3 main things this company is looking for from this candidate? Are they looking for collaboration? Are they looking for technical skills? Are they looking for conflict management, attention to detail? Go through that job description. What are the 3 biggest things they're looking for that you actually have experience doing that you can share? Okay, so that's what's going to make up your next 3 paragraphs. It can be 2 paragraphs, but 3 is nicer as long as you keep it on 1 page. Okay, so you're going to list your example, but you want to tie it back to what they're looking for. So you start each paragraph with an example. I understand this position involves a lot of collaboration with various departments. In my own experience, I have collaborated with numerous departments. For example, I collaborated with the art department, the programming department, and the sales department as in the launch of our new website, coming in on time and under budget, period. That's an example. That's great. So then you go on to your next paragraph, same formula. What are they looking for? And how have you done it? You can use that same CPR formula that we talked about last week. Talk about the challenge, the process you went through, and then the results. Challenge, process, results. So you can talk about, so again, collaboration. The challenge was to get this website launched on time and under budget. Great. So you talk about the process was collaboration and communication with all of these different departments, and it was done seamlessly, resulting in a website that came in on time and under budget. Yay! So you are uniquely qualified for that first thing. Then you go into the second thing, and then the third thing. Great. Examples and achievements. And then your conclusion. So the whole time you're doing this, you want to think about how can you provide value to that company? So think about, am I writing this letter all about me, or is it all about them? You want it to be all about them and how you can help them. So you can start, the conclusion, you just wrap it all up. You're going to bring it to a close and tell them why you're the best choice to help them. So as you can see from my above experiences, I feel like I am a strong candidate for this position and can really help this company solve problems and collaborate, and you can use a lot of the keywords that are in the position and grow in this position, that kind of thing. But again, emphasize the value you can bring to them. And then end it with, I look forward to hearing from you and discussing next steps in the hiring process. Sincerely, your name. That's it. That is the process. So, are there any questions? I don't think we have a huge crowd with us here tonight, but that is okay, because if you have questions, you can send them to me at this email address. So what I've given you tonight is just the formula that I use, and it's research backed, that number 1, the things you want to do are provide value to this company. You want to research this company so you know what they stand for, what they're looking for, what their goals are, what their mission is, so you can tailor this letter to exactly what they're looking for, because the goal of this letter is to get them to look at your resume for more details on what you're talking about. You don't want to duplicate a ton of stuff between your resume and this letter, but your resume can go more into detail. So again, let's replay that formula. So you start with a matching header compared to your resume. You do a greeting. You're going to get a name because that shows the extra effort. You're going to use your introduction to state your intent to apply and say, kind of give a foreshadowing into what you're going to talk about in the next 3 paragraphs. What are the 3 specific skills that you're going to talk about? And then you're going to give 3 examples using the CPR formula, challenge, process, result, about what they require and how you've done it successfully. And then you're going to bring it all to a close, saying that you've demonstrated that you think you're a great fit through these experiences that you've talked about, and you would look forward to hearing from them to talk about next steps. That's it. That's the whole thing. So I would love to talk with you more about cover letters. You can go to my website. We've got some great packages there. I've got a resume review. I've got a deluxe resume package if you want me to actually write your resume and talk to you about your cover letters and look at your LinkedIn. We've also got some interview coaching. I've got some more comprehensive packages as well, but I would love to talk with you about it and figure out which one is the best fit for you. So I do offer a free introductory consultation. So you can just schedule that right from my website, and we can just talk and figure out what your goals are, what you're looking for, and how I can help you with that. So thank you so much for watching tonight's video, and I look forward to talking with you all soon. Have a good evening.